Hi everyone, it's another with K-pop oracles. I'm bringing you another K-pop tarot reading. Today we're gonna be doing a little friendship reading on Yeosang or Yeosang and Wooyoung. Yes. So let's get started. What is their friendship like at the present moment? What is Yeosang? We have the King of Air or King of Swords. What this tells me is that there's I feel like both parties are like really independent, so they are really understanding of both like each other's need for space, and also feel like they respect each other and really treat each other in a fair kind of respectful way. And it also seems like the communication between them is, for the most part, positive. Like they're able to kind of talk to each other clearly about what's on their mind. And also I feel, yeah, again, like they don't try to cling on one another. What else? We had the Strength card. Strength card. Wow. They're very compassionate towards one another, really kind. I also feel like if there are fights, they can like, they're the type that would like, you know, forgive one another easily. Like they don't hold any grudges against one another. And I just feel like in general, this is a very strong connection. We have release. Okay. So, which this tells me that in general, like, okay, maybe they had some like not so great friendships with other people in the past, and then just like they find that this connection that they have, it's like a breath of fresh air for them. It's kind of nice, and it's just like it almost feels like that the connection that they have is a very like spiritual one. All right, so let's see, what does Yeosang, oh god, I suck at pronouncing names, thinks of Wooyoung. What does Yeosang think of Wooyoung? We had the Emperor. Yeosang thinks that Wooyoung is a very like, he's a very mature. Like the Emperor is a very kind of like older, mature person. So I'm guessing like Wooyoung is older than him. Like either like maybe like literally a few years older, or like a year, or maybe a few months, or just like literally like emotionally he's a mature soul. And also there's this card is associated with the zodiac sign Aries. So there's something about him that's like very Aries-like, either very like passionate, very maybe at times can be a little temperamental, or like a little aggressive, but in a good way. So he's a very aggressive when it comes to his like life, like purpose or like goals. And he's also very intelligent, very wise, and the type that's really loyal, like not the type that would like betray others. Like he's a great like friend, also just the type that would have like his like, you know, his friends back. What does Yeosang think of Wooyoung? We had the Three of Swords. Yeah, so he finds that Wooyoung is a very strong person, like might have gone through so many like heartaches or heartbreaks, a lot of like losses or betrayals, but he's strong, charismatic, like this Emperor here. He's able to kind of like bounce back and, you know, like brush things off as if it never happened. We had the Page of Wands. He finds that Wooyoung is also fun to be around too. Like he's great company. He can be a little maybe he might have a little mischievous side as well. Like he can maybe come across as stern, as this Emperor card here, but also he knows how to have a great time. He's fun to talk to. Like has a goofy side, and he's a very creative person too, or just has so much talents. Okay. We have the High Priestess. This is an indication that Wooyoung, again, is like really intelligent, like also very wise, just someone who's very intuitive, like someone who is very self-aware, and also able to kind of pick up like the mood or energy of others and his environment. So he's very, very intuitive. We had the Raven. The Raven. I feel like the Raven has to do with like omens or like messages, communication, or something about magic. So what I'm getting here is that I guess in general, like he's just someone who is very communicative, like able to kind of speak clearly about things, or just like able to talk to, like reach out to, like the type that likes to like keep in touch with others, like the type that wants to reach out to people, making sure that everyone's okay. We have Sylvia Plath. Sylvia Plath, the author. Oh, yeah. Which is it? Okay, Sylvia Plath. I believe she's an author who's gone through who's had a rough life, maybe had a lot of struggles. So I feel like this card is related to kind of the Three of Swords cards. Like maybe he just had so many obstacles, so many hurdles, or like just a difficult upbringing, but he was able to kind of be like this Emperor card, and just like bounce back, undergo through like a spiritual transformation. We have Emily Dickinson. Emily Dickinson. So he's also okay, which represents Emily. There's something about Emily Dickinson that represents like spirituality in some ways, or like the soul, and also just the self. Like I feel like maybe just like Wooyoung is someone who's like really authentic, and also just like almost like an old soul. Like there's something about him it's just like really mature, really intelligent, like for his age. I'm guessing he's like hella young. All right, so let's see, what does Wooyoung think of Yeosang? What does Wooyoung think of? We have the Two of Swords. So to him, Yeosang is a person who is very calm, very patient-hearted individual. The type that likes to weigh the pros and cons of like a situation, or just like likes to, not the type that like to rush into things. Like he's a very careful thinker. We had the Six of Swords. So there's something about Yeosang that's very calming, very peaceful, like loving, like a really calm individual, really chill. not the type that would like pick fights with others. Like he's very chill dude. He's just like I feel like everyone like maybe gets along with him, and he's drama free. Like he's not. I feel like he's not the loud or like really obnoxious type. And we have the Ace of Swords. He's a very honest individual. In his eyes, it's just someone who is, yeah, I feel we have all swords energy here, which is a strong indication that this Yeosang person is very like intelligent, and it's the type of person that uses his head a lot in like a difficult situation. It's not someone who's like really overly emotional. What else? We have Neptune. Neptune, okay. So he finds that Yeosang is someone who is very also intuitive as like him. Like someone who is really self-aware, like, and also just a type who has maybe have a high like emotional intelligence. Like he's like Wooyoung in some ways, like can pick up the emotions of others. And then there's also something about him that's like really dreamy, and yeah, I guess maybe that like kind of like draws people in. And we have first quarter moon. First quarter moon. I'm trying to remember what this means. First quarter moon. Okay, yeah. So he's okay. I think it has to do with like growth. So with the first quarter moon, it's a strong indication that this is Yeosang is someone who is striving to kind of like, you know, like improve himself or striving to be a better version of himself. Always striving to like do something great, and just kind of be like a positive influence. Always like willing to learn like from others and also himself. We have the peregrine falcon. The falcon. Okay. The falcon is, this type of falcon is very intelligent. Also, like, it's very observant as well. So it's like kind of relates to that Two of Swords card or Two of Swords energy. Just like someone who, I guess, likes to take a step back from things and just like watch things from a distance or really observe. And we had the bison. Okay. Oh, my light is flickering. I don't know, there's a ghost. But anyway, so the bison, there's something about this animal that is spiritual or relates to spirituality. So I guess he's someone who is very spiritual. All right, so let's see what's going to happen to their connection this year. What's going to happen to Wooyoung and Yeosang's connection this year? Okay, the light flickering is just kind of creeping me out a bit. I guess I have a ghost here. What is Yeosang, or what's going to happen to Yeosang and Wooyoung's connection this year? Oh my gosh. We had the five of Earth or Five of Pentacles, huh? Oh dear. Okay, so on a negative side, this card tends to have a negative meaning, so I'll discuss the negative meaning first. So it can usually mean feeling isolated, feeling like no one has your back, or feeling like there's a lack of support, or also it could mean someone who just like has a negative way of thinking or just pessimistic, or might has like is overly concerned with like money or finances, or concerned that they might not have enough to get by. But on a more positive note though, this card can mean like just like reaching out for others for help, and or not being afraid to ask for help when needed. And so what this tells me is that maybe like they might have some ups and downs, but I feel like they'll turn to each other for assistance, or like I feel like they would have each other's back, or support one another. And we had the Two of Fire or Two of Wands. This is a great card, which is a strong indication that this is a really important like connection for both of them. Like I feel like they have like they share similar dreams, or like they have a few things in common, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why their bond is so strong. And I also think that they'll possibly think a lot about like the future together, or thinking about like maybe making a project with or just like working together to create something. And we had the Five of Fire or Five of Wands. Okay. I don't think. Okay, the Five of Fire or Five of Wands usually has to do with like conflicts or just like competition. I don't think it's like they're gonna like there be any conflicts between them. Maybe more like conflicts from like with other people. So outside. So an outside party. Okay. So what I'm getting here is that maybe they might have to deal with a little bit of drama this year. There could be some people who have like not so great opinions of them, and that might cause like I guess them to feel like a little feeling like inferior, maybe or maybe feeling a little low. But I feel like they'll try to do something to kind of turn the situation around and like really stand up for themselves. Like they're not gonna like let anyone kind of like put them down. Okay, what else? We have creativity. Okay. A strong indication that I feel like both of them are going to work on a project together, creative project. Maybe I don't know, maybe there might be a subunit. We have unity. Yeah, this bond or this connection that they have, it's not going anywhere. Like they have, again, the connection is really strong. They have a really good understanding of one another. They really, I feel like they treat each other very well. I also feel like they're just got a lot of love for one another. I feel like the connection will continue to be like a really peaceful, harmonious one. It's just that they might have to deal with some pettiness from like people outside. So yeah, so that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. I'm also on Twitter. You can follow me at kpoporacles1, or on Tumblr, kpoporacles.tumblr.com. And thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye.